Hey, what's going on, guys? Super here back with another video. Today I want to go over possibly my favorite build in the entire game. It's the Strand Hunter build, but I'm going to go over two builds here today. The first one is this one right here, which is the DPS build. You can use this to one phase some dungeon bosses. More will probably require 2 to 3 people, definitely, but this one you can do it solo. I mean, this boss doesn't really have that big of an HP bar anyway, but it's still insane that this roaming super can kill it in one go. So let me go over the whole build here for you guys. So obviously Thread Runner. I would say use Grapple. I think Grapple is definitely the best on Hunter, especially because the aspects we have right now. The aspects will be Widow Silk, you have additional grenade charge, and you create a grapple point, and then Ensnaring Slam, which is basically your Shatter Dive, but Strand Dive, but it suspends targets. The fragments here, some of them are up to you, depends on what you need. Like, I think you could probably get rid of Threat of Propagation and put in maybe Threat of Ascent if you're looking to use this for actual DPS with weapons, because then you could just constantly reload your weapon by hitting the grapple, assuming this is probably going to get changed before day one, but for now, abuse it while you can. But yeah, for me personally, I like Threat of Propagation. Powered melee final blows grant your strand weapons unravel rounds. Threat of Mind, defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy, allows you to kind of spam the Ensnaring Slam, suspend a bunch of enemies, kill them, you get it back, kind of repeat the cycle constantly. Then Threat of Continuity, my god, suspend, unravel, and sever effects applied to your targets have increased duration. This is really nice with the super because you can then suspend targets or sever them to add that debuff to, I believe, do some more damage and also stop them from doing more damage to you. And then lastly, Threat of Warding, picking up an orb of power grants Woven Mail. This will kind of feed into the fact that you're not using the Woven Mail helmet anymore, and you're going to be spawning in so many orbs that you can just pick them up and get your Woven Mail just constantly and kind of just keep up that damage resist as much as possible, because this build, or not even this build, just this class doesn't really have the best survivability without it, and I think it is very, very useful, almost a necessity on this class. For weapons, to be honest, there isn't really much. I would just put on a Tractor Cannon, get that debuff. And then for the build on items, I just rock pretty much the same build that I'm going to use that I'll explain later. You really just need Starter Scales in this together. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys an example here of how nutty this thing can be. Okay. So I'm done. Just chill out. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is insane. Holy shit, man. Okay. Well, that just happened. Right, for the second part of the build here, this one's more of just kind of like a casual gameplay, chill, do whatever type build. I think it could definitely be worked on a little bit more. Like, there's more I could either add to it, change to it, really whatever you want. I think Strand Hunter is a lot more, I don't know, like, there isn't really much of a path as in terms of like Warlock and Titan, but I mean, I could be completely wrong, so, you know, don't take that as, like, you know, the end all be all, because I have no idea. There could definitely be a better option out there for build wise. This is just something kind of fun that I like to use in my day-to-day that I think flows well and works well. So yeah, you're obviously going to want to use Grapple Grenade because it works well with the aspects again. Widow Silk and Ensnaring Slam. Pretty much going to be using the exact same fragments as I use on my DPS. I'm just going to change one. So I'm going to use Threat of Propagation, Powered Melee Final Blows, grant Strand Weapons Unraveling Rounds. So it's just another way to proc Unraveling Rounds. Obviously, I know the seasonal artifact as a way to do it, and I have that applied, but this is still just a nice little extra bonus because you're going to be grappling, meleeing all over the place. This will just be a nice way to keep that procced 24/7. Threat of Mind, defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. This flows in the cycle with ensnaring slam to just keep that rotating constantly. Then thread of fury, damaging targets with a tangle, grants melee energy. You're gonna be blowing up a lot of damn tangles, man, so just gonna fund more melee energy to start flinging them out there like crazy. And then last with thread of warding, picking up an orb grants woven mail. It's a nice little added bonus. You could probably switch this out if you're going to use the helmet. You could use something else if you wanted to. I kind of like it as a little added bonus. Honestly, instead, if you wanted to, you could use something like, where is it? I am blind. I can't find it. Yeah, while you have woven mail, weapon final blows create a tangle. You could do that instead too. I think that could be really useful as well. So either one of those, I think there is perfect. Especially because this one gets rid of resilience, and if you can't hit 100 resilience and you want to use something, like, you might as well just use something else at that point. No big deal. I think it's very varied what you can do with the build. You can even switch to Assassin's Cowl. I actually love using a mix of both. I think both are fantastic. Assassin's Cowl leans a little bit more into the melee build, so you know, being able to just spam the unravel rounds is huge with it, because then you're just constantly invis mailing, popping out, spamming unravel rounds, getting heals on it too. I think it is very good. If anything, this is probably what I prefer more, but I'm just kind of having fun using something new for right now. But you know, since everyone is actually using this one right now, I might just switch off to this real quick to just kind of show you guys how the build can work with Assassin's Cowl and how actually good it is, because you're basically getting health on demand, and then the orbs as well are giving you a ton of like just woven mail constant procs. Now if you are going to use Assassin's Cowl, at that point I recommend honestly taking off a grenade kickstarter and then putting on heavy-handed, because that means every one of those melee final blows is going to get you another orb, which will proc the woven mail. So you can still have the grenade kickstarter. You won't get your grenade back as fast, I guess, from grappling around and stuff, but that's okay. I mean, I'm already at 100 discipline. If you're using kind of the same 100 resil, 100 discipline build that I am, you shouldn't really have a problem. I know the cooldown's pretty long, but it shouldn't be too bad. All right. Now for the mods here, if you're going to use Assassin's Cowl, I recommend hands-on, absolutely, and then also heavy-handed there. Grenade kickstart as well to just kind of fund the grapple, like infinite grapple. And then I'd use a Strand and Void siphon, so you could use something like Harsh Language. I started using the Basso Ostinato, I think is what it's called. This shotgun's fun as hell to use too. Might not be the best, but it's pretty fun. For chest piece, just use charged up, some resist mods, whatever else. That one doesn't really matter, to be honest. For the legs, definitely stacks on stacks. I like to use some recuperation as well as some innervation, just so I can get some more grenade energy from orb pickup, so I can just constantly spam my grapples. And then lastly, for class item, it really doesn't matter. You can use really whatever you want. I just wouldn't use anything that probably decays anything, because I'm going to be honest, you're not using your class item like you would be. So a lot of these mods are pretty much useless because they don't really work, because when you use the dive, it doesn't count as you using your dodge, so none of these effects proc. So really, I mean, you could maybe do this one. Yeah, I mean, if anything, you could honestly just do empowered finish your final blows grant you 1 temporary armor charge when you have none, so it's kind of a nice little thing if you don't have any orbs. You know, proc grenade kickstart a little bit better. I'm hoping we get some more mods as time goes on, especially for the class item, to really make that different. But lastly, I just want to go over this here. The things you just want to rock, I'm pretty sure everyone's rocking them anyway, is to have multi-siphon. I think is really good. Volatile flow, entangler, allied unraveling, and then the threaded blast. Destroying a tangle with a strand weapons creates a larger and more damaging explosion. You may be able to see it. Actually, no, you'll be able to see it in the video I'm about to show you, but you may as well be able to have seen it in the video that I showed before of me doing some insane damage, because, dude, it's like War Mind Cell explosions. It's insane the damage it does. It's unreal. But anyway, guys, I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay clip here, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.